So, hello, and thanks for joining Ram and I on another episode of RoadRex.
Hello.
So today we decided to have a bit of a get-together here because we're a little bit confused by the current state of the markets on classic cars and bikes.
And we just want to talk about cars and bikes, don't we?
Of course, any excuse, but why not? Yeah. Everybody who loves cars and bikes wants to talk about them non-stop, which is exactly what we do.
Yeah.
So right, we've having done a little bit of research, we've had a quick look at some of the auction websites, and I've got to tell you, I'm a little bit surprised by what's going on.
Yeah.
A little bit confused by what's going on as well.
Why is that?
Well, some cars I've noticed that some cars are really holding their value, and others are really dropping off. I think it seems to be sort of the higher end of the market at the moment. It seems to be kind of.
The ass just falling out of it.
Yeah, yeah. E-types.
What do you mean, like, yeah.
E-types are a great example.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a series 1s and series 2s. I mean, series 3s have never been quite as desirable as the series 1s or the 1.5s. But the values on them, I've noticed, they've just absolutely dropped out. Because my dad's series 3, he's got series 3 E-type. Yeah, well, at the moment, from what I can gather with the market at the moment, it's always sitting at around sort of 20 grand.
What?
Yeah.
That much?
Yeah. From a car.
Bearing in mind these things were 100k not that long ago.
Yeah, I mean,
well, not the Series 3, but Series 1's got
them. Yeah, 2 years ago he was advertising it 2 years ago for 100k, and now I reckon at auction he'd be lucky to get 20 for it.
So what do we think the reason behind that is?
Well, I would imagine it's probably a lot of political things that we won't necessarily go into.
Green Party.
Yeah. Economy as well. Yeah, the economy's taken a bit of a dive, I think.
People just ain't got the money to spend on them.
Yeah, and I think the way that people buy old cars is changing. You know, people our age are going for sort of late 80s, early 90s cars, which I think the market really seems to be moving towards at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, mid-90s cars, get in there while you still can.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, get a gem while you still can, right? Because they're going to be silly money before long.
Well, yeah, because I love Mark III Astra GSIs. There's no real reason. It just I love them. I think they're great. I think they're a great 90s car. You know, especially from if you think when we were coming up to the Max Power era, in the early 2000s, when we were reaching our sort of late teens.
Yeah. The hot Vauxhalls were a thing to have, weren't they? The Nova and the Corsa and the Astra. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Don't see too many of them now, do you? I haven't seen an Astra GSI for years.
No, I haven't. Not on the road.
No. Not even on an auction site.
No, you don't even really see them for sale anymore. There's just so few and far between. To come across a good one, it's so difficult.
Yeah. I had not an Astra. It was a Zafira GSI for a bit.
Oh yeah,
I like that a lot actually.
You know, it was an interesting car.
Yeah.
I have to say. I mean,
I wouldn't buy a normal one.
A little 1800 diesel.
Yeah, no.
No. Don't fancy it.
Yeah, no. But that 2-litre turbo, that was the I can't remember what the engine was.
Oh, Rich point. They're all rusty. Yeah, it's just.
Cheers, Rich.
Yeah, I found a 1972 Series 3 fixed head, a V12 manual, which is the one that people want, although the V12 not quite so much.
What are you talking about?
It was
Jag?
Yeah, Series 3 fixed head, 65k, V12 manual, so it would be the 5.3. It was estimated 45 to 50,000. Yeah, sold for 39.
Bloody hell! Is that like the Series 3? Is that like the old gangster car?
Oh, are you thinking of a Mark 10? You know, the big old, the big old limos. Yeah. You're thinking of the. Is it? Come on, Rich, help us out. Is it? We're talking like Mark 9, Mark 10 Jaguar here.
Mark 10s.
The big old, criminal overlord type thing.
Yeah, I like them. They're menacing.
Yeah, the Don's car.
Yeah.
God, I love a Jag. Everyone loves a Jag.
Everyone loves a Jag.
I love a Jag. Can't get enough of
the
them.
The little ones were the getaway cars, weren't they? The little
the Mark 2s.
Mark 2s, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They were all used. Well, either the police had them, but the crooks had them as well as getaways. Getaway motors, because
Can't beat them, join them.
good motor.
Might as well. At least keep up with them.
Yeah, right. So where else have you been?
Yeah, well, I mean, see, bizarrely, we were talking about where the market's dipping. Well, I've got to say, I found one instance where the market was going up quite considerably as a 1973 Bond bug.
The orange thing?
Yeah.
The three-wheeler?
Yeah, the jumped up like Robin Reliant.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
Opened at the whole front opened.
Yeah, shaped like the old like Tom and Jerry piece of cheese type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the whole thing just lifts up front.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that was recently sold at auction. It was estimated 5,000 to 6,000. Yeah, it made 11,000.
11 grand. I agree, Rich. I agree. What the fuck?
Yeah, for an orange shaped piece of plastic,
mate. Do you know it's horses for courses, isn't it? I suppose.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? There's always been people want that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
For whatever reason. A Bond bug, 11 grand for a Bond bug though.
Yeah, I mean that's.
It don't even cost that much to like. Originally, did they?
No, I'm not. I don't think they did.
Oh no, they came out about, I don't know, 71,
Yeah.
70, 71, 72. I think they were probably about, I don't know what they'd have been, 500-600 quid, 700 quid.
And now you can pay 11 grand.
They might have been more than that.
Yeah,
There wouldn't have been a lot more.
£11,000. That's
mental.
double the estimate.
That's mental.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
And moving on to a car that I absolutely love for no real good reason.
Is it an Audi?
No. It is a 1982 Lotus Talbot Sunbeam.
Oh, what a car!
God, I love them. I love rear-wheel drive hatchback.
Hot hatch. Yeah, mate, that's nuts.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I would.
And when was the last time you actually saw one of those? Outside of a car show?
Well, you don't see them outside of car shows, do you?
You actually don't, do you?
No, I can't say I've ever seen a Talbot Sunbeam outside of a car show.
think
Not just driving down the road.
The last time I saw one driving down the road, I think I was about 12.
I was about 25.
Yeah. Although,
Yeah.
My neighbour had one.
It's probably the same one.
The red one.
No, it's white, I think.
No, this was a red one. But he had that for a few years. Yeah. Then he bought an RS2000.
Nice.
but although funnily enough, that's originally what my number plate came off. The Talbot Sunbeam.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, thanks for telling everyone.
Edit that out.
That came off a Talbot Sunbeam. Because it was my father-in-law's plate.
Oh,
Because it was he bought it for his dad because he had his dad's initials on it, and it came off a Talbot Sunbeam.
Yeah, the Sunbeam.
Yeah, I mean it went straight onto a Rover Sterling, but yes, it came off a Talbot Sunbeam. The Talbot Sunbeam was done away with. I think it was probably on its last legs at the time.
Well, being a Rover, it probably was.
But no, I couldn't believe that. And again, a Mark 1 Escort. A Mark 1 Escort built a AVO, or was it AVO built? Was it something like
I
that?
think it's on the AVO register, so I guess it was an advanced vehicle operations motor.
Yeah. It's original.
Of Dagenham, wouldn't it?
Original 1973 Mark 1 Mexico. Full history. It's been restored twice since 2000. Estimated 30 to 35,000. And it remained unsold at auction. Didn't sell.
Proper Mexico.
Yeah, proper Mexico. Yeah, all the original documents, original paperwork, everything for it. Yeah, unsold.
Jesus.
It's amazing. But then a Mark II Escort. In a different auction, obviously, but it was a Mark II Escort with a 1600 Crossflow, which was a 75 4-door, and that sold for 3,700 quid.
What?
Yeah, I mean it wasn't original by any stretch of the imagination. It somebody got to town putting silly wheels on it and that kind of thing.
But it's not. It wouldn't cost you a lot to put that back to life.
But it was really good condition. The condition was. It wasn't perfect, and it wasn't even excellent, but it was really usable. It was really clean. It was shiny. It didn't need any work straight off the bat. Yeah, sold for 3,700.
Yeah.
So the Hammer went at 3,700 quid.
I don't know.
Yeah, well, I mean, for 3,700 quid, everybody should have one, to be honest with you. I mean, I really want one, and at that price, I think quite possibly, if that's the way that the market is, maybe over the next year or so, I might be able to get my hands on one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be great.
No, it won't stay like that. They'll go back up to like 10, 20 grand.
Or even a 76 Mark II RS 2000 that was estimated at 40 to 50, and that was a really good condition.
Was that a Mark III Escort?
Mark II.
Mark II?
Yeah.
So that's the one with like it's got the twin headlights.
Twin headlights. Yeah. Yeah, with the RS 2000 black go faster stripes down the side. I mean, obviously the black stripes gave it an extra 30 horsepower.
Yeah. Like it always does.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, unsold. Couldn't shift it.
It's got some.
Oh, well, you'd think so.
So how much did they want for that then?
Well, it was estimated 40 to 50.
40 to 50?
Yeah, because that's seems to be the market on most things, which on Escort, because the market's been pretty strong for Escorts over the last 3 or 4 years, really strong. Well, everybody at home watching this, make sure you leave a comment and tell us what you think about these cars that are either selling for silly money or not even selling at all.
Yeah, let's know.
Which is odd.
I know you've looked at an Audi. You must have.
I have.
There must be an Audi in that list.
I did find an Audi, yes. Audi, in fact, a 2001 Audi RS4 Avant with 135,000 miles on the clock.
That's quite mileage, isn't it?
Well, it was the same as mine. It's a B6.
That's the V6, isn't it? Twin turbo.
Oh no, it wasn't a B6. It was a B5. So actually, the B5s. I mean, personally, I prefer in all honesty, what I actually prefer is I prefer the shape of the B7s.
Is that the one after yours?
Yeah. In the RS, because obviously with mine being the B6 and the S was the top of the B6 spec. Then obviously pre that you've got the B5, which was slightly smaller, ever so slightly rounder front, slightly squarer lights.
Yeah.
And certainly the smaller lights at the back.
And that was a twin turbo V6, wasn't it? That B5.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think it would have been a V6 bi-turbo, that RS4, because obviously they did the B5, they had the RS4, and then when they went to the B6, they did away with the RS and kept the S.
Right.
And then with the B7, they went back to the RS.
Oh, okay.
That was estimated 15 to 19, sold for 14.
Bloody hell.
So I mean, that's still pretty good though.
And 135k. So I mean, with that, like, I know it's an Audi and all that, but 135k does seem like quite high mileage.
Well, I think 135k it does sound like a lot, but the weird thing is that certainly with things like Audis, German cars especially, Audis and BMWs, maybe not quite so much Mercedes, but Audis and BMWs are certainly, even with 170, 180,000 miles, the values still seem to be quite strong.
Okay.
With the B5s especially, I mean, in the last couple of years, the B5s have definitely become collectible. I've seen the prices go absolutely bonkers on those things.
But there's them. They have their little their niche ones as well. Like there's the MTM version and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, they go for quite good money, don't they?
Yeah.
The Germans are good at that, doing their little mental project cars, aren't they?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, it's funny. You see the serious modifiers, like Eastern European modifiers. Yeah. They've always got an old Audi, haven't they? An old Quattro Audi, and they show you, and it looks like some rusty piece of rubbish sitting at the line, and they're all going at the line, and then they start recording, and this Audi, it drops its butt into the tarmac and disappears.
Yeah, see you later.
It is hilarious to watch. Got 1,000 horsepower out, like from a 1986
in a
Audi.
Shed.
It looks like it shouldn't even be on the road. But like mine as well, my Audi, because the prices, the values of like my Audis have been really holding sort of anywhere between I would say 3 and 6 as a general rule. The market would suggest.
That's pretty reasonable. That's a lot of car for the money, that. Isn't it?
Yeah, but sold at auction, 2003 S4 B6 Avant, same as mine, except it was red. I think other than that, I think it was a manual gearbox. Yeah, 143k on clock. Estimated 2.5 to 3.5, and sold for 2.4.
Bloody hell.
2,400. Which doesn't really bode well for mine.
You might as well better keep yours.
Yeah. I think
for now, anyway.
Yeah, I think I'll carry on driving mine just for the time being. Yeah.
So what's you got?
2000 BMW Z3 2 litre. A little bit of. I know that they're not necessarily everybody's cup of tea, but
it's in the same league as Aiden's TT.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want something small, cheap, a little bit of fun. A little bit of rear ender, here we go. Just to zip around. Put the lid down on when the sun comes out. Eventually.
Yeah. It's getting to that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah.
I broke out the bike today, so
Yeah.
the first bit of dry weather, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
Got to have it. No, Rich, I don't do things like that.
Nor do I.
No.
But I mean, so I mean, what do you think then? I mean, what would you pin your money on? Say you had sort of 3-4 grand put aside. What would you pin your money on at the moment to give you a good return in say 3 or 4 years' time?
As an investment kind of thing?
Yeah.
I still think fast forwards are going to go. Yeah.
What, even more?
Yeah, because if you look at like modern cars nowadays, there's nothing really classic about them, is there? There's nothing that you like look in like 10, 20 years time. You're not going to go back and think, oh yeah, the Kia Ceed.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
No, I agree.
Like the old school Fiat Pandas and stuff, like the Panda 4x4, the old boxy ones, they used to do like that. Look at the Fiat Panda now. Yeah, I know you've got the 100 horsepower one, but it's not. You're not going to go back in like I say, in 20 years' time. You're not going to look back and think, oh yeah, that'd be an appreciate. They just all look. I think that most cars nowadays all look the bloody same. Do you know what I mean? So I think fast forwards will come up again, definitely. Yeah. And like you were saying, like if you could find a decent GSI, Astra, Nova, anything like that with the red top, red top Vauxhall.
Yeah, Novas are out now. Because the price of Novas is especially
mental.
If you can find a Nova GSI, that a rubbish one, you're still looking at 10 grand.
It's mad, isn't it?
Yeah,
absolutely mental. But I think like the what was it in the Max Power day? Everything from our Max Power era. Yeah. Renault 5 Turbo, something French. I reckon French cars.
Not Renault 1916 valve.
Good luck finding one. Yeah, if you could pick one of them up for a decent price, I think I'd hold on to something like that. But a decent, the old French hot hatches, Peugeot 205 GTI.
Do you know, I'm really rating French cars at the moment.
Yeah.
Citroen BX, BX GTIs. Recently sold BX GTI 16 valve, 140k. Yeah, sold for 8,200, which was more than double the estimate.
Bloody hell! Is that the one that they had the old Hydra?
Yeah, the BX. The small version of the old whale, the CX. Yeah. I've driven a CX and it was a brilliant car to drive. It's lovely.
Comfortable.
Yes.
Is that the thing that always wanted to pull the steering into the centre though?
Yeah, it's self-correcting because you turn, and then once you've finished your turning the steering wheel, you literally let go of the wheel and it returns back to centre. Huh. It literally pulls itself back to centre.
What happened to French cars? Because you look at the modern ones and they are dog shit.
Yeah, I
think the last decent French motor was the Saxo.
Yeah, I've had a couple
of
Saxos. Yeah, although I prefer the pre-facelift ones to the facelift ones. The rectangle headlights to the rounder, the oval headlights.
Yeah.
I prefer that. I've had 2 of those. I've had two VTRs, a black one and a red one. Oh, yeah. 1600 VTRs.
I remember your red one. You got it up to like motorway speed, and all the electrics went out.
Yeah. every time from a standing start, you put your foot into the bulkhead from a standing start. The main electric fuse blew, and all of my electrics, everything, the whole car, just like had enough. I'm going on Starak. I will not put up with your silly British nonsense.
I had a Subaru did that.
Really?
Yeah, only the lights, but all the lights. It was all right because it's always at night when you got them on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Down the A20, the A20, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, bombing along 70 mile an hour, and suddenly all the lights.
Oh shit!
He was bombing along at 70 mile an hour all of a sudden in the dark.
Oh yeah, you used to turn the ignition off, turn it back on. Mostly they come back again.
Yeah. Well, I used to have that same problem with my old Yamaha RD125. I'd be riding around in the middle of the night, going around the country roads, and all of a sudden my headlight goes, ping, gone. And I'm halfway over around the bend.
I know it straightens up around here somewhere.
If I squint hard enough, I might be able to see the lines in the middle of the road.
Please, someone come the other way. Also, I think JDM cars, they seem to be holding their value, don't they?
JDM cars are bonkers, mate. Skylines, anything with a Nissan badge on it at the moment is going crazy.
I noticed that the Supra, the twin turbo, at one point you were paying upwards of north of 50k for one of those, but they seem to be coming back down. But they don't fluctuate too much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're still in the tens of thousands to buy one.
Yeah.
What was the thing I was looking at? Subaru Forester WRX. 10, 15 grand.
Really?
100%.
For a Forester?
Yeah, for a Forester. WRX.
You'd think that would be for a P1 Impreza.
Oh, mate, they're silly money.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Silly money.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even the, not even the P1 or the 22B, but the WRX STI Type R, 25, 30 grand.
Really? Do you know what? The only Impreza I would have is the P1. But the trouble is that nowadays that's the only one that everybody wants. That's the one that everybody is trying to get hold of and is paying mental money for.
Mental money.
But that's the only one that I would, because I like the shape. There's something about the shape. And then when they did,
because it looks like a rally car, doesn't it? Basically,
yeah.
It's got bigger arches. They're only 3-door, aren't they?
Yeah. But the proper ones.
Yeah. Basically, it's Colin McRae's car, isn't it, for the road? I like the P1. I'd like an Impreza, to be fair.
Yeah.
I do. I'm a bit of a fanboy of JDM stuff, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it's the Toyota Supra, the 3-litre twin turbo Supra manual is like probably my dream car.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I could get my hands on one of them, I would have one in a heartbeat.
Well, I don't have an awful lot of experience with JDM. The only JDM car, like proper JDM car, I had was the Mitsubishi Legnum.
Oh yeah, we both.
Yeah.
I love that thing.
Yeah,
what about one of them? Trying to find one of them.
The trouble is with those is I've kind of fallen out of love with them. What? I still like the shape is still timeless.
Yeah.
But they're only a V6. They're really fragile. They're quite highly strung.
Yeah, quite highly strung. Yeah.
You know, the twin turbo only really, especially with the old Slush Tiptronic boxing, they only produce like 230 horsepower at a push.
It's still good for like 160, 70 mile an hour.
Yeah, but it takes so long to get there. However, the one thing that I did absolutely love about that car is that even though the car was so immense in size, the four-wheel drive system on it was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
That AYC system was like rails.
That's what they put on the Evos and that.
Yeah, I went round bends in that thing that shouldn't have been possible in that ridiculous car, and it absolutely stuck to the tarmac like super glue.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Get the right tyres, and the right setup, and them things are untouchable in the ridiculous.
Yeah, I think I put some super sticky jack tyres on, and that was incredible. I put the 18-inch DOS wheels on.
Yeah, and you got big old 6-pot calipers and that.
They were 8.
8?
Yeah, they were 8 pots.
You don't do things by half, does he?
With the old 360mm discs.
Yeah. Got active yaw control on that.
Yes,
those AYC systems were awesome.
Wicked.
Because it's the same as they did, I think it was up to the Evo 4 in that one.
5.
It was a 96, wasn't it? So it would have been an Evo 4.5.
Yeah.
An absolute push, it might have been a 6, but I think it was 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
But yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. No,
And the boot was huge.
I love my Lincoln. I thought that was great. Like you say though, like to try and run one now.
Yeah. They're getting on a bit.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's the trouble, is that now that they're getting on, you ain't going to find one less than 100,000 miles.
And you're always going to be under the bonnet of it,
yeah,
or underneath it.
Yeah, and the tubs go if they're pushed too hard, which, let's face it, everybody who's got a car like that, they turn the boost up on them. Yeah, well, I turned the boost up on mine. To be fair, I kept it, tried to keep it within sort of safe limits, but gave it a bit of extra kick, but it's just...
Yeah. What goes up...
Yeah.
Has to come down eventually, doesn't it? Yeah.
But yeah, no, I got to the point eventually where it just didn't satisfy me.
You got an M5 instead. As you do.
Yeah. That kept me going for a while.
Yeah. So I reckon classic French, fast forward or JDMs. I reckon they're going to be the ones to watch. Definitely French, but what I don't know why. Well, I think just of late.
Yeah, like I said, BXs really are the BX GTI 16 valves. If you can find one, then you're going to pay top whack for it.
When was the last time anyone saw a Citroen BX?
What, out on the road?
Yeah.
A long time ago.
A long time ago. Like, they'd probably rocked away most of them, wouldn't they?
Yeah. If everybody wants to write in the comments, tell us the last time they saw a Citroen BX on the road.
Yeah.
Or even if you wanted to show us your Citroen BX GTI 16 valve, I'd quite like to have a really good look at one. That would be really interesting.
Yeah, definitely. That's like I said a bit earlier. Like, what the hell happened to French cars?
Yeah, I do like a BX bizarrely, and I like a Saxo.
205 GTI, I love it.
406 T16.
Yeah,
with a big old proper rally French.
306
T6. Is it T6? No, that's the 205. Isn't it? T6 is MI16.
MI16. 405. Yeah.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't mind having a gander at one of those. I'd like to get up close and personal.
306 GTI 16 as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like the 306.
Yeah, there is something. There's something likeable about the shape of the 306.
There is, isn't there? Did you have one of them?
No, I never had a 306. No. Thank you all very much for watching RoadRex. If you've got any thoughts or opinions about what we've been talking about, don't forget to leave it in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe. Keep tuning in for part 2.